Shout out to Chris H, Chris O. Listen, Nate, man, it's a lot of y'all. 934 Rex, DTV. Listen, all of you guys are awesome, man. These are people that's really getting after it. You want some motivation, you want to learn how to do it. Get in the group, man. The Telegram group, they give a lot of free advice. Like, shout out to those guys. They making big numbers.
Yes, sir. Shout out to all y'all in the Telegram group out there grinding, keeping the message going and embracing the grind, man. That's what it's all about, man. Helping out other people, and keeping that positivity going, man. Never giving up, man.
I'm the
That's what
truth. I'm
it
the
is.
truth. First time rapping, yeah, I'm in the booth. Don't shoot. Which I need some proof.
Introducing
Watch my
the
videos,
two
man.
racks a
2
week
racks a week.
challenge.
Ronnie Speed. Yeah, Ronnie Speed. Ronnie Speed. When I drive, I make
video, and then where you were just showing all your 2500. I said, okay, all right, I said I can get with that.
Introducing the two racks a week challenge.
When I drive, I make 2 racks a week. Ronnie Speed. Yeah, Ronnie Speed.
Man, what's going on, people? Ronnie Speed coming back. Man, you know what time it is. Here we have another winner from the two racks a week challenge. Here we have Nick, man. Nick, I don't want to take the spotlight off you. I want to give you an opportunity to do your own introduction. So tell them exactly which platform you drive on and which your market.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Nick Williams. I'm mostly an Uber driver, but
Okay.
I do have both platforms. I got like a bunch of platforms, but I got both Uber and Lyft. But I really don't do Lyft a whole lot unless they give them like a good bonus or something like that. But
Mhm.
Uber is the main platform.
Okay. So since this is the hold on, let me show them the two
Hey,
racks a week challenge. Tell the audience exactly how many hours did you drive and how much money did you make?
okay. So I've hit 2,000 a week a couple times.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm not trying to flex or anything, but like the first time that I hit it 2,100. It was 2,102.
Okay.
Now I'm not like everybody else. It took me a little bit longer. It took me. It says 84 hours, but it was more like 74.
Okay.
Uber was just playing with me on those last couple hours because I was trying to hit a quest, and yeah, they were just dragging it out. Like I was getting one ride an hour, and yeah.
Okay, well. You say you don't want to brag whatever. No, this is all about bragging, man. You should you should feel accomplished and you should feel good. Uh, how long have you been driving? Like total?
I, so I started during the pandemic. Right before the pandemic, I was a server. I was working in hotels and restaurants.
Hmm.
So I come from the hospitality industry. If you a server, you know that life.
Yeah.
Uh, 12, 15-hour shifts, no problem, because it's business needs. Then the pandemic hit, the big, what's going on. And everything shut down here in Florida. It shut down. And it was like, okay, so what am I going to do? And I started looking around. I'm like, nobody's hiring. I can't get another job. You know what I'm saying? As a server, you live off of tips. So if the restaurant shuts down, you can't make tips. And I couldn't rely on unemployment because our salary ain't. I mean, I think it's highway robbery, but you know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm making payments on my car. I might as well get out here and use my car to make it work. And the first so I've been doing Uber for about, I mean, it's been about the pandemic has been about 2 years. So I started in March of 2020. Um, the first year I wasn't really doing it hard. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna lie to you.
yeah.
I was just paying a couple bills. Oh, I got this coming up. Let me pay this, that type of thing. But yeah, really, yeah, I started in March 2020.
Okay. Yeah. So, who told you about Uber? Like, transitioning from, uh, the hospitality industry, working like a restaurant. Like, how did you even find out about Uber, like in the first place?
So it's kind of like it's like, so what happened was my car had broke down,
Hmm.
and I was like, okay, dang, I got to get to and from the shop, and you know, when the rental car company was far, so I couldn't just walk there. So I was
Right.
like, all right, let me just get an Uber. So I got an Uber. It was probably like 10, 15 bucks, whatever. I still remember it because I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get this Uber. Now I normally don't like to take Ubers because I
Yeah.
thought it was weird. I'm like, why would you get in a car with a stranger? Like, you gotta listen to their music. They might have AC all cold.
Right.
I'm
Right.
like,
Right.
nah, I ain't doing that. But whatever. My car broke down, so I'm like, all right, I gotta go get a rental. I need a car, I need something. So I took the Uber over there, and I get in the car, and the dude was just like, "Hey, man, how you doing?" He had the chips in the back. Now listen, I don't forgot to do the name, but his car was decked out. He had the chips in the back. He was like, "Hey, you want a bottle of water?" I'm like, "Yo, is this Uber? Is this like a limousine? Like, what's going on,
Yeah.
bro?" Like, he had the chips. He was like, "You want the sour cream or you want the Pringles? Like, what's going on?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm good. I'm just going to get my car." But so I started talking to him, and I had just basically lost my job. So I'm like, "Hey, man, we just started talking," and he was like, "Yeah, man, I make good money, but Uber takes a lot, but I make good money." I was like, "All right, well, as long as I can pay a bill or two, that's all that matters,"
Yeah.
because I didn't think, I don't think anybody thought it, but I'm like, I didn't think that the pandemic was going to be that long at first. And I'm like, I live in Florida, so this is a tourist state, so we gonna get back right. But what I'm saying, so I started doing Uber from there, and yeah, man, it was all, yeah. That's I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's how I started.
Okay. Yeah, man, bro. Shout out to you for even being willing to ask those type of questions, like being curious to even sign up. Because even though like the driver say they take a lot, but he do good. His he had a good attitude, and you was just willing to jump in, man. Talk about like your first couple weeks driving, or your first year driving compared to how you were then and how you readapted yourself to the driver you are today to even make $2,000. Like, what are some of the things
Oh.
that you learned about yourself to even be willing to make 2,000 in a week? Because that's pretty epic.
So I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was a little scared, but I don't know if anybody remembers when the pandemic first hit.
Hmm.
Nobody was out on the roads. It
Yeah.
was like
Yep.
a ghost town.
Hmm.
And I live in Miami, so South Beach. I'm just naming areas in Miami, Brickell, Wynwood. There was nobody out on the road. So for like my first couple weeks, I'm like, I don't know how this man make money because I'm just driving around. But I'll pick up one person here, two people there. Okay. I was just kind of driving around, and I'm like, well, this is all I got. So let me just keep doing it. So my first couple of weeks, I was like, man, oh, this is definitely gonna be a temporary thing. Like, I can't do this. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah, this got to get over. Like, we got to figure this out. Like, come on. Um, but I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed the fact that I could set my time. You
Hmm.
know, Again, coming as a server, you don't really set your time. Like,
Right.
when you go to an interview, they tell you, okay, we're gonna hire you for this shift. And then you like, okay, is it the 8 to 8? Okay, it's the 1 to 9. Okay, it's the, whatever. And then you get to your shift and they be like, oh yeah, we need you to work overtime. And we gladly do it because it's like, hey, that's how I'm paying my bills.
Right.
And, but you don't really have a choice.
Hmm.
If it's a holiday, listen, you gotta come in. I don't
Yep.
care what you say, but you gotta come in. It ain't everybody says, oh yeah, we would like it if you come in. Don't listen to that.
Yeah.
You don't come in, you probably gonna get fired or they're gonna play with your hours.
Yep.
That's the only two options you got. Okay, don't come in. Fake is a game. Oh yeah, yeah. So I'm out of the town. Oh really? Oh, okay. Because we're just really short staffed. So if you could come back, listen, I'm in Hawaii now. Oh, okay. Let it be like Christmas or something.
Yep.
Okay. So I was kind of like I was taken aback because I'm like, man, listen, I could work at any time. Hmm. I got up one day at 8 o'clock. I'm like, all right, because that's when I wake up early sometimes for the morning shift. All right, cool. So I'm catching a couple people, made a couple dollars. All right. Then I'm like, man, let me try the night shift. So I wake up, what I'm saying? Well, I didn't wake up, but like I went out there at like 6 o'clock.
Hmm.
I worked 6 to 12, making a little money. I'm like, okay, cool. Then I could take breaks and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I could stop to a restaurant. I could stop over here, stop over there. And it was just like, all right, this might be the play. Like,
Yep.
this might actually be the play. So, yeah, man, like just enjoying the freedom. And yeah, I've been kind of rocking with it ever since.
Yeah, man. Like I said, shout out to you, man, because you named something like that's very paramount, like in that monologue. Uh, you didn't give up. You drove during the hardest times possible. During the pandemic, that's when everything was shut down. People weren't going nowhere. A lot of things were closed, and you just stuck with it. Now look at you. You came up on top, making $2,000, man. So what, like, do you remember like the day that you was driving when it was just like the epiphany for you, like, you know what, this is where it's at, man. Like, I'm not going back to a 9 to 5 ever again, or I'm gonna rock with this for a minute. Like, do you remember? Was it something as far as like money, or is just like the complete autonomy that just wanted to keep you locked in to doing this?
I don't remember the day necessarily, but I remember when I looked back and I was like, damn, it's gonna sound small, but like I had $500 in my account.
Hmm.
And I think I worked like 2, 3 hours every day. I did work. I mean, I was like, damn, like, I had $500. And I think it was just like, I want to say like after the first couple times that I did that, and it was just like, man, I ain't really do nothing. I'm just driving around. Like, I'm sitting in my AC. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I changed the radio station. We all know as Uber drivers, you change it when the
Hmm.
passenger get in. But
Right,
I'm
right.
like, man, I got $500. Like, I ain't do nothing but drive around a couple circles and I got $500. And
Hmm.
I'm getting this consistently. As a server, you have a good night, then you have a couple bad nights.
Right,
You have
right.
another good night, and then a couple bad nights. It's not like, like I want to say every weekend you're gonna make $1,000, but it ain't like that. Every weekend you're gonna do this. You're gonna no, it ain't like that. But the epiphany definitely came after I like a couple of times. I was like, man, I made $500. And it's consistent, like, because I'm
Hmm.
just driving every day. Okay, cool. Then I stopped driving every day. I still made the 500. It's like, okay, this is, man, listen, y'all, hey, this is a secret because
Yes,
you
sir.
know, yeah, man. So
Yeah, man. I know that feeling, man. Like, you just start off broke, and you just start figuring things out slowly but surely. Because the thing that's like special about doing rideshare is you are in control of your time, regardless of what people say. You work when you want to work. You just got to be structured, and disciplined, man. So how did you even find out about like the 2 racks a week challenge?
honestly, man, I was so my first year, first couple months, during the pandemic, it was tough.
Hmm.
I'm just riding around, making my 500. I'm kind of enjoying the freedom, but I'm like, okay, let me see what this could really do. So I pushed it up to $1,000 a week. Now I'm living my best life because it's like, damn, bro, I could do $1,000 a week and 5, 6 hours every day.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm feeling good. I'm like, man, I'm doing my thing out here. So I
Yeah.
was like, let me, I'm always trying to get better. So I started looking on YouTube. The thing was, Uber had, I don't know what it was, but Uber had I think I had to update my license and I ain't updated or something like that. But Uber had to kick me off the platform for a day or two. I'm like, man, let me see what I could do, you know. So I started looking into Lyft. That was when I signed up for Lyft. And you know, Lyft is, you know, the platform is a little different. It ain't
Right.
easy. So I started. I mean, it's easy, but it's like it's different. It's different when you come from Uber. So I started looking on YouTube. I'm like, okay, let me see what the Lyft drivers do. You know, can I make the same type of money? All of that stuff. So I put up $1,000 on YouTube, $1,000 a week on Lyft, and you know, of course, your video popped up, and it was like 2,000. It's like, huh? I was like, man, I want to be honest with you, bro.
Oh
Like,
yeah, be honest, man.
I was like, that's cap, man. That's no way. I'm like, that's cap, man. Like 2K a week, man. Listen, man. So I watched the video. I'm like, all right, dude, look like me. All right, you sound like me. All right, man. Listen, man. I don't know about that. So I clicked off the video and I started watching somebody else. I was like, nah. There ain't no way that you can do 2K. But yeah, man. So I was just like, okay, I need to figure out a video. I need to figure out how to do the same amount on Lyft. Because it was just something stupid. Like I didn't upload I think I didn't upload my driver's license.
Yeah.
No, it was the registration. That's what it was. I had got my registration. I forgot to update it. And you know, of course, Uber gonna send you those messages, but I'm like, man, they ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna do that.
Right.
And yeah, they did something. They kicked me off. It was like, yeah, you got to go ahead and update that. So you know, when I took care of it, I was like, all right, yeah, I ain't gonna do it today. I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But you know, I was like, I still need to work. So I got on Lyft and yeah, started watching your videos from there.
Okay, hell yeah, man. Well, thanks once again. Like, describe that moment. You know, once you seen like me making $2,000, and you like, man, this is cap. Like, what made you want to just even try? Like, you know, what, I'm about to see if this shit is real or if this guy's really, you know, capping.
Because okay, so first I was like, okay, I started watching your videos. I'm like, he in a different market. You know what I'm saying? All right, whatever. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, he can't really do that. Then I was like, okay, he doing it. He making these videos and he keep putting you kept showing a screenshot.
Yeah.
So I used to be in Forex, so I know how you could play with the screenshot. So I'm like, all right, maybe he playing with that.
Yeah.
Then you kept doing it like every video. Oh, I made 2,200. Oh, I made 2,500. You had one video, you made 3,000. Then you had another one, you made 2,600. Then you made 2,200. I'm like, this is too consistent. Like you playing with the numbers. I get it. Like, okay, if you playing with the numbers, but that's a little too consistent to be playing with the numbers. If I'm playing with the numbers, I'm gonna just keep it at $2,000, $2,002, $2,050. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna keep 26, 22, 23. Oh, you know, hey, and then you was doing it every morning. Oh, what's up, everybody? It's 3:00 in the morning. It's 4:00 in the morning. I'm out here. Man, this dude, then I was like, all right, you know what? He's in a different market. So I don't know if I could do that, but I was making 1,000. So I'm like, all right, you know, I was really only doing like maybe 20, 30 hours, if that. So I'm like, all right, it makes sense that I could do it. But he in a different market though. Like, this is the monologue going through. But I kept watching your videos. I'm like, all right, he doing this a little too consistent. And then it came a need. I was like, you know, like what does every business need? Like let's be honest. If you start a new business, everybody needs capital. So I'm like, all right, yeah, this might be nice. This might be something that I could do. I'm already out here. I'm working every day. You know what I'm saying? So I work early in the morning. So I get up, you know, super early, and then I'm done with. By the time everybody wake up, it's like, hey, what's up? I'm here for breakfast. You know. So I was like, all right, maybe if I just do. And then I watched a couple of your videos, and you was like, bro, just It sounded like you was talking to me, but you wasn't, of course. But you was just like, work 12-hour days. I'm like, all right, that sounds reasonable. So what I did was, okay, I was like, all right, if this is what he's saying, I'm gonna test him out because I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna stop watching the videos because I feel like it's fake, but I'm gonna test him out because he sound too good to be true. So I was like, all right, cool. So I committed. I was like, okay, next week I'm gonna do 12-hour days, whole week. First day, I made like 320, three something. I'm like, damn, that's a lot of money to be making in a day. Like, this is this is crazy. Yeah. So okay, that was the first day. Then the second day, I'm like, all right, I made 300 yesterday, but it was a Monday. Yeah, it's a Monday. Monday. Tuesday came. Oh damn, I paid 300 something. All right, all right. I might be able to do this because let me do that. I'm at 600. All right. You know what? Let me cash this out. Let me cash this out because they doing something. It gotta be
just in case,
So then Wednesday came. All right. I get out there, 12-hour day. Again, I see the little thing. It say you reach your time limit. I've never seen that message before this week. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'm doing something. All right, whatever. Another $300 day. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, this got to be crazy. Like, So I'm already at 900. And it's like, I literally worked 3 days. Now, I wasn't tired. I mean, of course, it's a 12-hour day. But I'm not like dead. Like, as a server, you be dead after those days.
Yeah.
Because you on your feet all day. You on your feet. Hey, man, I take this, man, I take that. You carrying the trays on your arm. You bustling. You can't be like sitting still. If you in the back, they come mess with you. Oh, go out there and serve the guests. So you constantly moving. But I'm like, damn, I was just in my car. So I'm at 900. I'm like, all right, maybe I could do this. So I committed to the rest of the days. That's why for mine, I did. Mine shows up as 84 hours because I was like, okay, I got to be a man about this, so I'm gonna keep doing it. And by the end of the week, I hit 2,000, and it's like, oh, and then you get the little message, and it says, you can't deposit, or it's like, I forget what the message is. You can't cash out right now. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm sorry. I was like, what? I've never had this message ever. And so I looked at it because I was just trying to cash out. Every day I would cash out because I'm like, I don't know. They doing something. So let me just cash this money out. It got to Sunday and I tried to cash out and I couldn't cash out. The weirdest feeling ever. Because it was like, man, what they mean? Like,
right.
Like, this my money though. And it said you couldn't cash out because you made a lot of money. That's a good thing, but you can't cash out. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I waited, and something was like, just look at your numbers for the week. So I hit the weekly view because I hadn't been really looking at the weekly. I've just been looking at the daily. Like, okay, I made 300. Let me cash that out. All right, next day. All right, I made 300. Let me cash that out. Because I was just focused on hitting 12 hours.
Yeah.
12 hours every day, like you say, 12 hours every day. I'm like, all right. So when I hit it, I was like, oh, okay. I got to listen to more of his videos.
Yeah, man. For sure. Like I said, man, shout out to you for even, be willing to attempt it. Because a lot of people think I'm full of shit and like, and it's funny because I don't know why a lot of people have a tendency to doubt, or I don't know if it's like envy, jealousy, or just hate. But I just think a lot of people don't really understand like how they set limitations up in their own head. But at least you attempted it, because some people they be like, what? They really just leave a nasty comment on a video and not attempt it. But you actually went out there, attempted it. You was making $300 a day. You made 2,000. Once you seen that that comma, them 3 zeros, how did that feel, man?
Oh, it was like turn up, man. Because I mean, I've never, I told you my biggest month ever, like when I was working a 9 to 5 before the pandemic, was like 3,000, and I was working at the post office. I mean, everybody know about the post office. That's when you get the big checks. Outside of the post office, unless you know you got connections, I live in Miami, so I don't speak Spanish. So you know, my job options just dropped like dramatically. So you know what I'm saying? Like I was working warehouses jobs, I was doing like temp work and all of that stuff. So like I'm used to maybe coming out of a month with 2,000-3,000. You know what I'm saying? Then to go from 2,000-3,000 to 4,000, literally not working as hard as I was when I was making 2,000. Like it's a weird thing, man. Like I don't know. I you know, if I could talk to anybody, like it's the weirdest thing. Like I did less work. It feels like I did less work than I did when I was on my job. Like when I was actually working 40 hours every week and I'm trying to get overtime. Like that's draining. You go to work and it's like, man, if this better just say the wrong thing to me today, I might get fired. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say that I had the best passengers and all of that stuff. Passengers rate you badly and all of that foolishness. But like at the end of the day, it was just beautiful because it was like, bro, I made $2,000. Like, yo. So then it put me in the mindset, like, okay, $2,000 every week times 4, we all know that's 8. That's easy.
Yep.
So what can you tell me that I can make $8,000 right now?
Thank you, man. Hold on, let's get one in, man. Not too shabby.
Hey,
I'm about to turn up on them, man. Exactly, man. That's what people don't understand, man. Well, before I go on my rant, like, why do you think, you know, this 2 racks a week challenge is, you know, is important?
Because it brings awareness. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you wasn't doing what you was doing, I would have never known that you could make $2,000.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I was just comfortable at 1. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, let's be honest, you know, you making good money, but like we all can make more money. Like, let's say you come up on a situation where you need a deposit for a car. Let's say you coming up on a situation where you need to change houses. Let's say, I mean, we all know the rate that houses are right now. Rental. Right. I live in Miami. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? 26, 32 for a 2-bedroom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't. Who got that type of money? But now you take it, you switch it up and you say, okay, listen, yeah, rent is this crazy. Yeah, gas prices is this crazy. Yeah, I don't know, a gallon of milk is crazy. Yeah, all of this stuff is getting more expensive. So why, you know, I ask this question all the time. So if gas prices and everything else is getting more expensive, why doesn't your pay go up?
Yeah.
So with this 2 racks a week, and you bringing awareness to this, you're telling people, listen, I get it. It ain't gonna be all roses. You're gonna have to work 60 hours. You're gonna have to work 80 hours, whatever. You're gonna have to deal with passengers. I get all of that stuff, but let's just keep it at the facts. At your regular job, you have to deal with that anyway. Yep. And you got a boss, man. You got a manager, you got a director, you got a VP, you got all of these other people. You got to go to meetings and all of that foolishness. Let's take all of that out. You still go to your work. You still show up there faithfully, 8 o'clock, you know, if it's 8 to 5, whatever. The 2 racks a week challenge says, okay, you go to your work because you got bills to pay. You go to your work because you want to have spending money. You go to your work because you want to go on vacation. So let's be honest. If you can make more money to prepare for something, a big change, a vacation, like I'm telling you, like I can take vacations whenever I want, knowing that I can make $2,000 in a week. Mm-hmm. Like I could take the whole month off it. You know, if I wanted to, I could prepare. I could say, okay, listen, I'm gonna lock in for this whole month. I'm gonna make $8,000, maybe $9,000. But that's what it starts telling you. Like it's not. You're no longer limited by, okay, I gotta wait for my paycheck when I get paid 2 weeks from now. Damn, I could go out and make money. Like, I'm gonna be honest, sometimes it's like, shit, man, I ain't got no gas. Well, let me go get a couple rides. Yep. I ain't saying that's the best thing, but like, let me just do a couple rides. All right, boom. Now I got a full tank of gas. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like, I can imagine like if you got kids, okay, kids' diapers is crazy. Like, baby milk, crazy. Yep. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, a little bit more money doesn't hurt anybody. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that you can do it yourself is also even better. Like you ain't got to be a expert at Forex. You ain't got to be an expert at stocks like cryptos. You know, people been doing that. Yeah, that's long-term wealth and all of that stuff, but you got to know what you're doing. You ain't got to do that. Okay, you ain't got to be the CEO. You ain't got to kiss, you know, whoever, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, all of that. You ain't got to do all of that to get to where you want to be with, you know, let's say you trying to work at a Fortune 500 company to make a raise, to make a bonus, because all of that stuff is tracked.
Right.
You can literally go out and make the money that you need to make right now. You just got to put in the 12 hours. You know what I'm saying? 12 hours. It's going to be grueling. It's going to be what it was. But you sit in an AC car. You sit in your seat. You don't like your seat. Well, it's your car. So you probably should get a pillow or something like that. Whatever. You set it up how you want. You go out there. You hit your 12 hours and see where you at.
Yes, sir.
$200, $250. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was about to say, man, I think the importance of this challenge is to show people, like a different part of themselves. I think a lot of drivers really haven't, taken the time to truly, maximize their earnings. So if you see me on there on the internet, me, I like to talk shit, have a good time, I can be abrasive. Then that's a lot of people they kind of be put off. So I get it, it's no shade over here, but I know how it could be. Now I know how it could be off putting, but like once they try it, then they're like, okay, hold up. Some is going on here. Maybe he wasn't, full of shit. Then they hit their goals. Then I just think it does a lot more beneficial things for like that specific individual at the time where they hit those goals. Because now it's like, okay, now I know I'm capable of making, 2,000 a week. That gets me closer to making $100,000 a year. That gets me closer to freeing myself to pursuing other things, man. I think that's what's really missing. Like a lot of people, they see like the numbers. Will he had to work, 60, 80 hours to do this, or well, look at gas. Maybe you spending $400 or $500 a week on gas. People are always trying to find ways to discredit themselves or discredit other people instead of, them trying to benefit from situations. Like to me, it's about winning, man. Like if you a winner, you're gonna get shit done, and you're gonna have a no excuse attitude. And that's why I notice about like some of these, but not some, all of these winners who have made $2,000. They put the time in, they grinded it out, and they're like, damn, man, like I feel like a whole new person. I feel better, and it's like now your confidence up even higher because now it's like, you pretty much doubled what you was making before, you know.
Mhm.
And that's what's missing, from the game, man. What type of advice would you give like to the new people, like, or the people who have not yet achieved $2,000 in a week?
I mean, it depends on you. At the end of the day, like, I watch a lot of the videos, man, but like when you listen to everybody talk, it's all about your mindset. Like, don't get it twisted. This ain't hard. Like, I don't want to give you the impression, and when I was looking at his videos, I was like, damn, how you doing $2,000? I'm barely making 1,000. Then then I started listening. But it was about the mindset. You got to believe that you could do it.
Yep.
Like, so I challenge anybody that's new. You obviously you want to learn your market. How do you do that? Well, I don't know your market. He don't know your market. You know what I'm saying? We don't know your market like you do. You know where you drive at. So listen, put in the 12 hours. You set a time. Okay, if you want to work in the morning, you want to work in the afternoon. It's people that work, they do split shifts. They do early in the morning and they do in the afternoon. It's people that work from 8 to 5. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's whatever you want to do, but you set that in your mind. Just like if you wanted to lose weight, just like if you wanted to, build your credit or whatever. It's a goal. You said, okay, listen, I'm gonna do 12 hours. You do 12 hours, trust me, you won't worry about the mileage that Uber pays you. You won't worry about, oh, okay, did this customer tip, because you're gonna make the money. And so yeah, that's the biggest advice I can give a new person. Just focus on the goal.
Yes, sir. Yeah, set a concrete goal. Like you hit the nail on the head. Set a concrete goal, and because I get DMs all the time from people all over the country, like, I live in such and such area. Do you think I can make 2,000 a week? I'm like, well, honestly, I don't know because I don't live there and I never driven there. So only thing
Mhm.
I can do is give you the framework of drive till you get kicked off. At least do it for a week. Drive or get close to 84 hours as much as possible and see where you end up at, and do it over and over and over again as many times as possible. Then you will learn your market. Then you will learn where to be, what not to be, what times is more beneficial. And that's what I was doing prior to me even posting, YouTube videos. I was just grinding, man, trying to figure out, what's really possible. And one thing I discovered from like even challenging myself is most people full of shit. And that's the truth. Most people full of shit. They get caught in their own. They get caught in their head. Like you said, it's a mindset thing. You gotta believe. You gotta believe that you could do it. But let's say for instance, let's say you do 84 hours. I have
Mhm.
yet to see this. Let's say somebody do 84 hours and they make 1,500, but at least they could say they tried their best. Like, okay, I put everything out there, I tried my best. So now you don't have no excuses. You can't look at yourself in the mirror like, oh, well, like you punked out, or you didn't do
Mhm.
hard. And I think achievement, trying your hardest, doing as best as possible up to your capabilities, I think that's a good mindset to be in. As long as you know that you tried your best, and if you do try, more than likely you can get $2,000 in a lot of major cities, man. So don't get caught in your head. Um, get out there, get it done. Wake up early as
Mhm.
possible, or if you have to drive night or whatever the case may be, just aim 10, 12 hours, 60 hours, and take a log of how much you end up with at that week, and try to figure out where exactly you messed up at if you do fall short. But more than likely you could get it done, man. You could really get it done. Other people have done it. And before we get out of here, I want to thank you once again, man. Shout out to you, Miami. Another one from Miami, man. Miami, they coming back.
Hey.
I think who's winning? I think maybe it was LA or the DMV. But now Miami
Yeah.
coming back up, so I got to see where the Miami list is at, because now they may be top three. So yeah, man, people out here doing the damn thing, getting shit done, man. I want to thank you one more time, man. Do you want to leave the audience with one more thing before we get up out of here, or?
Just real quick, man. I know it's a lot. I know you talk about this a lot, man. So I thought you was gonna go there, but a lot of people on YouTube talk about, what I'm saying. If you watch the YouTube videos on Uber right now, you're gonna get discouraged. Don't
Yeah,
watch the YouTube videos on YouTube right now because it's tough. You know what I'm saying? Gas prices are rising, and if you're only working 5, 6 hours and you haven't maximized your earnings, you don't know when to work and all of that stuff, you're not gonna make money. Because if you're paying $70 and you make $100, yeah, that's crazy. But what Ronnie is saying and what I follow is just put the 12 hours in, you're gonna make more than that. And now you got money in your pocket. So it's a
right.
business. Just
Yes,
think about
sir.
it like a business.
Yep.
No business is free. Like, let's just be honest. You go to Walmart every day, you think that all of those items on the shelves, that they didn't pay for them before they put them on the shelves? So yeah, yeah, you can do it. Just 12 hours. I'm just trying to
Exactly.
say that.
Exactly. 12. Well, before we get up out of I want to address that real quick, because you did make an interesting point. A lot of people that, I mean, it's a ton of content on YouTube and like Google articles about driving Uber and Lyft, and there's a lot of negativity. But what these people do not show, like they'll complain, but they never show their earnings. How many of these people complain and have actually showed that their earnings of them driving 80, 60 through 80 hours, only making like some bullshit? I haven't seen it. Like like if you driving, you out here killing it, you own your grind. You don't have time to make videos complaining. It just don't work that way, man. And even like myself, before I was making content, I was helping out other drivers here locally. Like, we'll meet up, and what I've noticed is the people who were hitting goals, they was putting in the time, and the people um, who weren't hitting goals, they had excuses. They had different stories and different things that they were telling themselves, or why they're coming short. Then the only thing you have to do is let me see your earnings. Then you look at it like, bro, you drove 17 hours in 4 days. Like, you have nothing, no opinions about anything. Just get out there, get it done, man. That's all I got to say. I'm going to leave it at that, man. Shout out to Nick once again. Shout out to all the people in Miami on the grind. I'll see y'all next week. Holla back.
Hey.
Peace.
Racks a week. Ronnie Speed. Yeah, Ronnie Speed. 60 hours. 2 racks a week.